We are about ready to start the show. Just a few minutes to go. I just got out of the tub. I am burning up. Let me move the camera a little bit. This is pre-show. I changed the look of the pre-show because it was had a lot of turning graphics, and it was real choppy and crappy a lot of the times. So I'm giving this a new look. It's kind of basic, but I'm gonna do this for the pre-show, and I kind of changed a few other screens throughout. My name is Roger Keyserling, in case you don't know who I am. I'm fanning myself because this is before the show, and I am burning up. I got out of the tub. My hair is still wet. It's going to be a good show tonight. All you have to do is when the show starts, which is going to be very, very soon, is you pop in, and we're going to talk about a few things that I'm doing, and I'll wait for the show to tell you about those. But you pop in, and you just kind of ask a question. I have a question and answer section. We're going to go over two of the apps that I had made before, but I've made page apps, and I'll talk about that in the show too. Well, it looks like my live stream is there. Let's test the chat. I do this every day. But you pop in. I have to turn the sound down. Do this every time before my show. Starting the full show. Whoops, would help if I could type. Show soon. And let's see if the chats work. Awesome. The chat from Facebook works. Whew, I am so hot, guys. I am burning up. Now, my moderator should be popping in. She said she would be able to make it on time today. So she should be popping in there on YouTube here pretty soon. I guess I could. Let me send her a message instead of sitting there fanning myself. Perfect Finds for you as my moderator. People are asking how my connection is. By the way, we have tornadoes and storms going on, so I'm going to do the show fairly quickly tonight in case we have any problems. But so far, the signal and everything else seems to be going pretty well. All right, what time is it? We got about 10 minutes, 9 minutes before showtime, but I'll probably start a little bit early. Like I said, tonight's show is pretty easy. It's an open format show, which means you come in if you have a question about anything at all. It doesn't matter what the question's about, but you're more than welcome to ask. If I missed your question, I'm not snubbing you. I probably didn't see it. If I missed your question, just ask it again. All right, Perfect Finds is here. So you know what? Let's get going because right now it's not storming terribly bad. It's kind of on and off. We have tornadoes and everything else supposed to come through here tonight. So since the signal's good, let's take advantage of that. Let me get going here. All right, so this is kind of like my new pre-show look. It's kind of boring, right, compared to the other one. The other one had a little clock mechanism in the back, and I'm not sure I'll keep that blue rain on my pre-show. I'll probably get some time-looking thing again, but I'll keep it more simple than the one before. This does make it so less frames get dropped. See, I move my hand, it's not all choppy. When I use the other backdrop, I'm going to fan myself just a little bit more before we start. It's very hot in here. Well, we had the heat on because it was cold, and I don't want to switch it back and forth between heat and air. So the air is just not running. So it's getting a little stuffy in here. All right, well, it is almost showtime. So I have a new countdown, kind of going with the little blue rain drop thing in the background, kind of the same color scheme. So since we're about ready to start the official show, I'm going to have to quit fanning myself. I have to start. I have to check. I have to make sure before every show I have a fidget spinner. That's terrible, right? My employee brought fidget spinners. My employee brought fidget spinners out here for me to show everybody. So now, all my shows, I tend to pick up my fidget spinner. All right, what's the time? We got a couple more minutes, but I'm going to fan myself a little more. It is so hot in here. I asked my employee to open the back door, but we can't really do it because since it's kind of stormy outside, the cats come running in here. And the dogs and the cats running through the house during my show is Not a very good idea. All right, let's get professional here. It's time for my show anyway. Let's try to straighten my little thing out here. All right. All right, we're going to have our countdown, and it is almost showtime. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Helpful Tips Show put on by Keywebco Global Network. You will need to go to keywebco.com and use the menu for a lot of the things that we discuss in the show today. Keywebco ships everything from the United States. This is the Helpful Tips Show, so you'll always ask questions. You can ask questions at any time. I'll mention Dragon Deal Lots at the end of the show in case you want to fill a lot box. I offer free apps. Again, you would go to keywebco.com. Almost everything I talk about has an app about it. So get that at keywebco.com. I have blogs. There are 3 blog sites. A lot of the things I mentioned, you can look up the reference material in those blogs. Also at keywebco.com, you can join my affiliate program, make a little money. Everything that is paid for, all these apps, everything I do is paid for by our sponsorship at eCom Tips Podcast. I offer free and paid website services. You can check that out at keywebco.com too. The Helpful Tips Show also has a Facebook group. There is also a group called the Solds Network Group. I've had that for years. Check those groups out on Facebook. You get a lot of advantages by joining them. The Recipes for You app is something I've affiliated my business with for a very long time because it is a group that is not mine, that is Linda's group called Recipes for You. I made an app and a page and everything to go along with it because I really, really enjoy it. All right, so let's get started here. This is the Helpful Tips Show. It is a live stream. We're appearing, I believe, tonight on 9 global networks. You need to cut out early? All right, well, we'll get this done pretty quickly tonight. We are doing pretty good on our subscriber goal. I believe we have exceeded 413. We have 447 days to go to obtain 1,000. I hope I can do that. It goes in spurts. I get a bunch of subscribers for a while, and then I don't get hardly any, and then back and forth, back and forth. So if we get to our 1,000 subscriber goal, then I will get funding by ads being in these videos. And that's what I really want to do with the Facebook. I mean, with YouTube. I really don't. I'm so hot. I really don't want to be asking everyone to do Patreon and well, I do need you guys to subscribe to my eCom Talks podcast. But once I get the YouTube funding for reaching my goal and getting ads and stuff, then I won't be so concerned about everyone joining. Well, I want everyone in the Helpful Tips group, but I won't want everyone to go to Patreon and make donations and stuff. Let the companies pay me money, not my listeners. But for now, I still need you guys to go to my eCom Tips podcast and my Patreon. If you join at $5 a month or above, you get into the Helpful Tips chat where you get a free website and a bunch of stuff. But I'm not going to talk about that tonight. All right, so we are going to go right on to the Helpful Tip Show first chat window. In this chat window, every show, I ask everyone that if you need to or want to add the link to your business, that is 100% fine. Do not put a link for an item for sale. That's spamming. But if you have your eBay store, you're more than welcome to drop that in. Another channel or another show, feel free. Drop the links in. Just don't try to sell individual products or anything. That's just a little bit too spammy. But I do like it when you do add your business's names and your social media sites here. I will go in and I will share the ones I see in comments. And that's the way I can get to know the people that are following. All right. Well, we are going to zip through this show tonight. Like I said, we're only going to cover a few things. They are apps that we have been through before. I do have a question and answer section that I will spend a little time on in case anyone has any questions. But if we don't, We're going to zip right through tonight. The first thing that we're going to talk about tonight is the SEO topic. The SEO topic. I guess I did not tell my moderator what she was going to need to share today, so I guess it's up to me. I'm going to go to Keywebco. Well, I'm going to tell you just the way I would. I would go straight to the site. This is the way you would get there. You would go to keywebco.com, and under that little blue thing, there's a little black box. That is my menu. You would hit that menu. And then you would hit the blog sites. You will see that there are 3 blog sites. Well, you would be going to the apps, but I'm going to go to the blog site and pull the page with the mobile blog. This is what's new. So to do that, I have to go to keywebco.mystrikingly.com. You wouldn't have to do that. You would just go to, in the menu, would go down to where it says Keywebco apps, and you would just use the mobile embedded app, and then the page app that I'm going to share with you in just a moment. The page app, oh, I'm sweating. The page app has both the mobile and the full what's in the app opened up on a page. Now, I'm going to give you a warning. These are going to load really crappy and slow because it's the embedded app and everything in it, all embedded all the way down the page. So it's going to load slow, very slow for you. And you might have to refresh a few times to make sure everything loads, because it's actually the mobile app which runs through real easy. You just scroll through and push buttons. But it's actually pulling everything from the app and putting it all on one page. Because some people don't like to use the little square boxes where they scroll through. So I figured I would back up what's in the mobile apps with a full page. So let's copy this link if it'll let me do it. Come on. Should let me do it. Ooh, I'm sweaty. I'm going to put this link over here on Facebook. Yeah. Now that is the page. I fan myself. That is the page app for the SEO app. If you go look at that page, if you click that link and go there, or copy that link. If you're over on YouTube, you'll have to copy it, type it out. But if you're over there on Facebook, you can just click it. So if you go there to the keywebco.mystrikingly.com blogs SEO-apps, you're going to see what it's basically a blog is what it is, really. But it's really an app page, because what I've done is there's nothing in. There's not really any writing. There's no SEO targeting for blogs even. I haven't even categorized it. It is just a functional page that will give you all of the information and data that you need on the app, also on the page. So that is the only real major change to the SEO app. We've gone through the SEO app in great details in other shows. I'm not going to do that again tonight. But this way you can go look at the page. Everything that's in that top box is actually the embedded app. You can scroll through it and click it, and everything that you click through is similar to what's on the bottom. I would say identical, but it is not identical. It's not exactly in the same order. It does have pretty much the exact same content. So all of my apps, so if you go to that primary page I told you, go to keywebco.com, hit the Keywebco apps. All of my apps in there are the mobile apps embedded in the little squares. I'm going to put the page app on the very last box on each of the mobile apps. So like if you're using the mobile app and you're like, I just want to see this in blog form, you can just scroll all the way down to the bottom at the end. Or I might put it, wait a minute, I take that back. On the SEO mobile app, I've already done it, I believe. I think I did it. It's either the food app or the SEO mobile app. You'll see a thing that looks like a piece of paper with the corner folded over. That would be obviously the page version of the app too. All right, so that's the SEO app. I gave you the link for that. Let's move on to the next window here. All right, this is another window. I changed this a little bit. It's got a little bit different graphics. I think I've got it lined up pretty good there. Boy, it's hot. Can you tell I'm burning up in here? If anyone has any questions at any time, feel free to ask a question. Now, before I get into the next app, which is just the same app that we did before, it's going to be a little longer, this next section. It's the Recipes for You app, and that, like I said, the very end of the first screens I was showing you. Recipe for You is not my group. That's Linda's group, but I've been in there a long time, and it's a really great group. I don't even remember when I started following it. It's been 2010, I think. Oh, excuse me. I think in 2010 is when I started. But there's awesome recipes in there. So I wanted to make an app. So not only can we share the recipes from all three of the primary sites, we'll go through that in a minute, all three of the primary sites that contribute, but also for the extra tips and stuff that go along with cooking. So Recipes for You app, we're going to talk about that just for a little bit. It's going to scroll through. Now, what you are seeing is the actual mobile app. At each one of these little windows that go through here is what the actual mobile app, the little boxes that you scroll through. This is what you would actually see. Now, some of the windows may have been changed, but essentially this is it. It's got cooking tips. It's got links and stuff in it. Now, remember what I was saying, though. And I have an easy one to do here. This is very, very easy. The mobile app, I'm going to write it out for you. Mobile, oops, if I spell it right. Mobile recipes, recipe app. I'll just put recipe app is, and I'm going to give you the link. bit.ly/REC. By the way, when you do these bit.ly links, I'm going to give you two bit.ly links in a row. When you do these, you must type them exactly as they appear on the screen. If it is a capital letter, it needs to be a capital letter. If it is a small letter, it needs to be a small letter. Hold on, I'm getting spammed like I do every show. All right, that's the mobile app. Now, I've already made a large version. Hope this is the right one. I've already made a large version or a page version of the Recipes for You app. I'm going to be doing this to all the apps. So this is the short link that I made for the page version. That way you can see the difference between them. Hold on. And then I think I just created these earlier today. And that is the, whoops, put a period. Page app. Page recipes app. Took me forever to write all that. Very, very hot. Okay, so those are the two versions. Now, the page version, of course, has the mobile version in it. I don't think I have added the page version to the end of the mobile app yet, but I will be doing that to all of them. So this is the other thing. Now, as you've been seeing, as I was typing, hopefully you were watching the screens go by. I don't think it's gone through all the way yet once. There's a lot of tips. There's a lot of different sites in the app. The video cooking tips. It's just a great video I found one day. It's got the little timestamps telling you little tricks, and it's really, really good. So I included that. Of course, the Helpful Tip Show has a website, and that is, moderator could put this one in. That is helpfultips.mystrikingly.com. That is what goes along with the Helpful Tips Facebook group, along with the Solds Network group. It also goes along with the show, and eCom Tips Podcasts is involved in all that too. But like you can see, this app for cooking is really, really good. You just scroll through, push the buttons. All of the images and words are clickable. And it has a business page. Yes, I think that business page is still there. I have to think because I had a lot of pages change. But it does have a Facebook business page too. besides the group page. But the group page is where all the recipes are. That's my favorite part of the app, the Boston's Bar Guide. You need to know how to make a cocktail, guys. It's in there. So we've gone through the recipes for you app. I don't have to sit here and let you see all of the windows, but you see what's involved with that. So you can see the 2 different changes to the apps that are there. If you have any questions about anything tonight, feel free to ask. I don't really think we've got quite a few viewers, but don't really have any topics that I think anyone's going to have any questions on. If you have a question you want to ask, feel free to do that. I'm not going to sit here very long, so if you have a question, you better formulate it pretty quick. All right. Boy, it's hot. So if anyone has a question, this would be the time to ask. Make sure you use all those little freebie links in there. You should enjoy them. The apps that we have are pretty good. The one that is most used is the SEO app. The Recipe for You app, I would say, has more clicks but the one that actually gets used, like a tool the most, would be the SEO app. It's very straightforward. The Page app works pretty good too. You just scroll down and you can click all the different embedded links. Excuse me. You click all the different embedded links and it gives you the answers to everything pretty much you need. All right, like I said, tonight's show was pretty easy. I did not get any questions. I'm not really sharing any difficult, deep topics tonight. We'll go back to this SEO topic a little bit. If anyone has any questions, you can ask at any time. Now, the reason I jump back to the SEO topic, there's a lot of confusion out there with what you need for SEO. And I want to be very clear about things that you may be hearing that you need to pay attention to. If someone offers you an app and they say, use this app and you're going to come out the top of search, be wary, because nobody can tell you you're going to come out the top of search. There are way too many random variables that will affect it. Also, what is your metrics? How are you affected by your previous performance? There's a lot of things involved with coming out at the top of search. Even though you might have all the right keywords, are all of your pictures tagged? Is there enough words in your blog to make it more relevant than someone who wrote almost the exact same thing? Those are the things that change the factors of SEO. The app that I created for SEO should help you come out the very top of search. That is how you should be advised. If a guru is saying, use this, it's going to make your stuff do better, that's true. If a guru is saying, use this, it's going to put you in the top ranking of search, they don't know that. They can tell you it will help you get there. But the ones that directly say, use this and it's going to get you that, be very leery of paying them $200 to do a fraction of what my app does for you and doesn't cost you any money. Okay. Another word of warning about SEO. There are apps and keyword tools, I even included some in my app, that everybody uses. And therein lies the problem. If it's only a push of a button to get the answers for the keywords that are supposed to help you come up good in search, and anyone can push that button, they are getting the exact same answers you are. I'm not telling you not to use those things. Use them, but then do more. Add an additional keyword or add some sort of derivative search term that might be used in a voice search. Something to give you a little bit more edge. Don't just use an app, push a button, and accept what it gives you and don't do any changes. It won't help you. It won't help you very much, at least. All right, well, let's go back down here to chat window with the question and answers. I don't see any questions. Let me pop over on some of my other networks, make sure they are feeding. There's a little conversation in Russia going on, but doesn't involve me. In my show, but doesn't involve me. All right. Well, I don't see any questions that would not appear on the screen that I would need to answer. So guess what, guys? I'm going to do something. We're going to go into this Dragon Deals live shop entry. We're going to just talk about it for just a moment. As you can see, starting in that screen that's playing in the background, I do a Dragon Deals live show at the end of each of these shows. Now, I'm not making any effort because it's getting bad outside. Not making any effort tonight to fill lot boxes because that is a time-consuming process. This is how that works. I have pre-made lots that you can find. Go ahead and type the link in. Gosh, I gotta go back to Facebook. Hold on. I have pre-made lots that you can find. Well, you can find it at keywebco.mystrikingly.com, but you can also use this link. DDLS, small letters, HOP. That's DDLS HOP in small letters. It stands for Dragon Deal Lots or Live Shop. Okay, now there's two ways this works. I have pre-made lots. You click the button. If it takes you to something and it has different lot sizes and prices, you hit add to cart. You have to hit add to cart. You hit add to cart, choose the box or choose the lot. Hey, choose the lot you want. Those are pre-made. You don't have to do anything. It's just like buying a listing. Then I have in the show, and we're not going to do one tonight, but if someone comes in and says, I want toys, my employee would run to the warehouse and bring in a few totes of toys, and I literally would say, okay, 25 cents, it goes in your box. I'd hold up something like this. Oh, I'll go ahead and do this. Halloween.
Are you scared, little goblin?
Yeah, I had to do that. I put something like that up and I say, oh, okay, well, of course it wouldn't be out of the package. It would be a new one. But let's say it was a new one. I'd say, oh, okay, these sell for $25 online. The store price was 10. I paid 5. You get it for 250. Boom, goes in your box. Then you do a total at the end of that. And then you buy that total amount box. And then you just buy that and it gets shipped to you. So that's what the Dragon Deals Live Lot Show is all about. This is what it would look like. Let's do this again. The reason I show you this is you can see the, whoops, you can see the products.
At your own risk.
You can see the products a little better. Let's see. Yeah. I believe oh, did we get connected again? Oh my gosh, I think it came back. Yeah, it just froze and came back. So we got disconnected. I still think I am feeding, which is unusual. Normally, when I get disconnected, we don't come back. But like I said, there are storms tonight, guys. I am surprised we are able to stay on as long as we have. It's telling me to end the stream. That means it's really choppy. And I can see I was frozen up. Hold on. Let's see. Let me get that lined up a little better. See, I'm still frozen up. But it should start moving again. So I'm going to go ahead and end the show tonight. I'm sorry, guys. This wasn't one of my better shows. Don't have a lot of fancy graphics to show you tonight. And we are storming, so it's been quite an experience. But Tuesday's show is going to be fun. Tuesday, we are doing a Halloween show. I am going to have all kinds of cool graphics. And as a matter of fact, we're going to talk about how to do graphics, Halloween graphics, but just graphics for business as well. So Tuesday's show is about Halloween and graphics. It's a Halloween theme, and we're going to discuss graphics. You can get a lot of extra traffic and sales. Yeah, we're still locked up. You can get a lot of extra traffic and sales on your sites if you have good graphics. I'm going to go ahead and end this stream because I have a feeling that Facebook is just going to stay frozen. I may be feeding to YouTube still, but I think Facebook is down for the count. Yeah, it kicked me off. So this is incomplete even on Facebook. All right, well, we'll see what happens. I hope you enjoyed listening to rattle on and on and on a little bit about e-commerce. Check in at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, and we will have a great time with Halloween.